Hey everyone, it's CurlyHairedHero, and today I'm going to show you my Destiny board deck. So I was grinding up against Yami, or Epic Yami Yugi during the event using Yami Bakura here, and I managed to get the Destiny board skill. The Destiny board skill reads as follows: you can be used if Dark Necrofear is in your graveyard, and your life points are 2,000 or below. At the end of your 5th turn after activating this skill, you just win the duel. The skill is negated. Dark Necrofear leaves the graveyard, and you can only use it once per turn. Don't know why you would want to use it more than once per turn. So I got the skill and I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and build a deck around that. So first of all, we're going to throw in 3 copies of Dark Necrofear. It's the keystone of the deck, obviously. Now, Dark Necrofear's effect doesn't really matter for this deck because all you're going to be doing is getting her from the deck to your hand and then tossing her into the graveyard as quickly as possible, or straight from the deck to the graveyard. I'll show you how to do that pretty soon, but you can obtain 1 just from the unlocking of Bakura, and then you have to go ahead and grind up for the other 2. We're going to go ahead and throw in 3 copies here of Winged Kuriboh, 3 copies of Kuriboh, and I want to only use 2 copies of Flute of Summoning Kuriboh. So what we're going to do with these cards here, obviously, Kuriboh, whoops, got rid of 1 accidentally. Kuriboh's effect, you can discard him from your hand, and you can use him in order to negate battle damage. We're going to be doing a lot of stalling once we finally get Dark Necrofear into graveyard. Similarly, I keep accidentally moving the cards. Wing Kuriboh here is going to do the same thing. Once he goes to the graveyard, we take no battle damage, and we're going to use our Flute of Summoning Kuriboh here whenever we need to get a Kuriboh, so we can stall out even some more. You can get these cards from grinding up against Jaden. Wing Kuriboh, same deal, and I believe you get Kuriboh actually from lots of other events. Pretty sure everyone should have at least 3 copies of Kuriboh by now, right? And then the last spell that we're going to have is we're actually going to throw in 3 copies of Dark Road Dealings. Now this is an ultra rare that you're going to have to get from this box here, Valiant Souls. Might be something everyone has because this is the box that has, I believe this is the box that has Anarchy in it. Mass Hero Anarchy and Mass Change, so I feel like everyone's probably gone through that box already anyways, but this is a real good card. You can probably replace it with any other draw and or discard card, but it's the best way to draw and get into your Dark Necrofear, toss her into the graveyard. I also am going to run 2 copies here of Drowning Mirror Force, which I believe is in the same box, or it might be actually, I think this is in, yeah, Gaia Genesis, which is a different box. You can run any staple really. I guess Wall of D works just fine. I'm using Drowning Mirror Force just because Drowning allows me to remove the monsters from the field, so I don't have to worry about them. Wall of D, they might still stay on the field and do some damage, which might not be as bad, because typically what you want to do is you want to get hit like first turn, and then hopefully be able to dump your Necrofear into the graveyard after that, because you need to lower your life points. And I'm not running any cards to lower my life points. I'm depending actually on my opponent to go ahead and attack me and lower my life points that way. We're also going to be running 3 copies of Doomdog here, who we're going to use to get Dark Necrofear from the deck to the hand. So that's going to be really the only other monster that we can use aside from the Kuribohs here. The only other good thing about these 6, the normal Kuriboh and the Doomdog, is that they're actually Fiend type monsters, so if worst comes to worst, you can summon Dark Necrofear by removing 3 monsters from the graveyard. 3 Fiend type monsters from the graveyard if you really need a monster to defend yourself, if for whatever reason worst comes to worst. So at the very least, they have a good synergy in that regard. And then the final card that we're going to add is actually this random card that's perfect for this, Fiend Grieving. So you target 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard, shuffle into your deck. I don't really care about that. But what you are going to do after that is you're then going to send 1 Fiend type monster from your deck to your graveyard. So you can easily dip your Dark Necrofear from your deck to your graveyard. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Targeting a monster from your opponent's graveyard is kind of useful in putting them back in the deck, so you know they can't use their effects. So that might help you out just a little bit, but we're actually going to only run one copy of Doomdog, actually. That's a lot better, yeah. It might be useful against certain decks, but that's not the point of this deck. So all you're really trying to do is just get hit enough so that you have at least less than 2,000 life points, so you can trigger the skill, and then use any of these other cards here, either your 3 Dark Ward Duel Links or your Fiend Grievings, in order to trigger your Dark Necrofear going into the graveyard. It's worked out really well. I've playtested it a tiny bit, and it's worked out, you know, pretty good. So let's go ahead and save this and see how this deck fares out. Alright, so we got a pretty good hand here. We already got the Fiend Grieving, and we even got the Dark World Truly Dealings. So let's go ahead and activate that first and just immediately get rid of this. Now we already have our Dark Necrofear in the graveyard, and hopefully, since I'm doing this in casual, this isn't a lose deck. So we'll actually be able to get an actual duel off. We'll see here what he discards, and know immediately whether or not... Okay, so it's going to be a Grave Squirmer, so it's going to be one of those shitty decks. Alright, so that's fine. So I'm just going to set this and my turn. Hope he summons something decent enough that'll attack me, lower my life points low enough, and then I can just activate the skill and just stall out for 5 turns. Which might work best against this crappy-ass deck, because that's pretty much what he's going to do. That's fine. Burn might be a bit of an issue just because I don't really have any way to stop burn. I can stop battle damage, but burn, not so much. That's also fine. Or he, I guess, can disconnect. That would really suck. Alright, he's going to activate that again. Hopefully he has one more copy. And he can, nope, not gonna let me activate my skill, alright. Winkreeble, I guess I can set that, since he's just gonna try and burn me, I guess. I was considering maybe adding some sort of ways to lower my life points in this deck, but I figured, considering that I'm relying on stopping battle damage, I feel like I would brick hard enough that through battle damage, I'll probably end up losing enough life points in order to trigger the skill. Is it? Yep, perfect. So next turn I can activate Destiny Board. And as long as I don't summon another monster, he probably has here a Lava Golem or some nonsense. All I need to do is just draw a card, activate my skill, and then I'll just end my turn. It's unfortunate that Winkreeble is only for battle damage. If it was for like effect damage, it'd be really cool, or just any damage in general. So in case he tries to like get rid of this and then goes for like another Hitama or something like that, I'll be okay. But this guy's pretty much screwed unless he draws into all his remaining burden cards pretty quickly, because he's already turn 2. So he would have to draw... He's already used 3 copies of Hitama. I think... No, he's used... Ooh. Okay. Not gonna be able to attack me. Even if he did attack me, I got Drowning Merfolk face down. Nope, that's fine. I take no battle damage. Unless he has one of those cards where like you tribute a monster, inflict damage or something like that, but that's not going to work out. Okay, turn 3 I believe this is. I'm going to go ahead and not activate that because I don't want to help him. That's N, and then after next turn, if he can't beat me, then that's game. It's a pretty fun deck. It's basically Kokimero. You just have to sit, play a couple of cards, and that's it. The duel's already over. I would like to play against someone a little Slightly like, you know, more competitive deck maybe, or something a little bit more aggressive or something like that, just to see how it'll fare against. I have before, and it's actually worked out pretty well, but I'm surprised it worked out pretty well against this burn deck here. It's gonna go ahead and play that in defense mode. Alright. Could have just attacked, I guess, but I could have drawn a Mirror Force, not that I probably would have, but I'll just end my turn again. And that's it, bro. You got one more turn to beat me. It's probably going to disconnect or leave, which is probably what sucks the most about this deck, is that we might not actually be able to see the effect get pulled off, because some people might just go ahead and just like surrender and shit. That's fine. I'll draw my 2 cards. 3 cards. Okay, cool. None of them are spell cards, so it doesn't matter. Very interesting that he has the burn and the deck out. Completely cancerous setup here. Sure, I'll take it. I'll even discard the Karibo, because fuck you. Said I'll take it, and I went ahead and used Karibo, but whatever. And I'll just draw here. And then just end my turn. Oh my god, you make me this card. And then Final. We win the duel. Alright, seems like we don't have a, interesting, okay. Circle Boy, yeah. I really wanted to get that card from the box, but I could not, unfortunately. Angel of Zero, okay, interesting. Synchro Blast Wave, okay, perfect. That lets me activate my effect. Assuming I don't lose this turn, I should be okay. Now I have Dark Necrofield in my hand. And then this guy, if he attacks me, it'll be fine, because that'll lower my life points down to 2,000. Or rather, less than 2,000, which allows me to activate my skill next turn. So I'm going to definitely take that attack. Okay, great. Draw, great. Got the Wing Karibo, definitely going to play that next turn. Now we can just go here to Dark World Duel Links here. Hopefully it doesn't negate it, because that would really suck. Okay, great. Discard Dark Net here. Now we can immediately use our effect. We actually have 2 Wing Karibos, which is nice. Go ahead and activate our effect now. Got our Destiny board out. Go ahead and set that, and then set Feudal Summoning Karibo just to be safe. And just go ahead and end our turn now. There goes F. And then now we just gotta play the waiting game and try and last 5 turns. Or 4 turns, I think it is. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see what they got. Alright. Not too bad. He's just gonna attack. Don't want to activate anything. This just, I believe, increases his attack for each banished monster that I have, which is not going to help you in any way, shape, or form. I don't know if I want to set... I guess I'll set my next one Karibo. And my turn here. Got I. His effect is actually negated. I guess it's because of Eccentric Board, so he can't even use his effect, which is unfortunate. Not that I have any banished monsters unless I were to summon Necrofear, but I don't think I'll need to. Okay, you're gonna have to turn this back on just to be safe. Got a Dark Lord Duel Links. Not gonna use that. Got ourselves an N here. And if he summons a monster, I got the Floof Summoning Karibo. Can just go ahead and summon a Wing Karibo. It's gonna go ahead and activate Giant Trunade, so I will go ahead and activate this. Unfortunately, it's not like actual Trunade, so it doesn't like let me get Floof Summoning Karibo back to my hand and then use it again. That would have been really cool. But it doesn't work like that, so I'll just go ahead and summon another one of these. Now, there we we go. I do have 2 Karibles in my hand, so I should be able to last a turn. And we got ourselves another Food of Summoning Karible, which I don't think I can actually use. I think I can. Yeah, I have another Karible. So I will go ahead and accept that. And my turn. F-I-A-A. Or F-I-N-A. And then he just has to beat me this turn, or I win. Let's go ahead and try to attack. And I will not block it with that, but actually block it with this. Nope. And that's game. I mean, I don't know what the hell this person is playing that they couldn't summon a single monster. Not that it would have really mattered. I was pretty good defensively with Wing Karibo. Maybe this turn I would have been in a bit of a pickle if he had a second monster, but I did have this other Flute of Summoning Karibo. So that was a pretty good spot. I had a pretty good hand, and I guess this guy is just thinking like, well, shit. Now what? Yeah, he's just gonna go ahead and surrender. Don't blame him. He's gonna lose either way. Alright, so we got ourselves another duel here. Let's see. We got a pretty solid hand once again. Gonna go ahead and activate the Dark World Duel Links here. Go ahead and discard Necrofear. Don't want to throw out the Wing Karibo. What I'll do instead is I will throw out the Flute. Alright, seems like this isn't a lose deck. I have to always wait to the beginning just to make sure that they're not playing some kind of lose deck. Just to make sure that I'm not wasting my time here. So what I'll do is I'll play out Flute of Summoning Karibo just in case he tries to basically OTK me. But what I will do is hope that he can actually go ahead and attack me, do some damage, and then I can immediately go into the Destiny board skill. But we'll have to wait and see what kind of deck this is. Drowning Shield and 2 face downs, and then this in defense mode makes me think that it might just be some sort of weird, annoying, defensive, stally, burny deck, which means not much bad for me because I'm not interacting with them directly, so I don't really have to worry about their bullshit, but it just means that it takes me longer to lower my life points, which is extremely annoying with this deck because I'm relying on my opponent to actually attack me and not be a stupid cuck and just sit there behind a wall of garbage. So we'll just have to wait. Okay, great, he finally summons a monster. Okay, Ganadora. That's fine. I wish you would attack me with a little more, but fine, I'll take it. Cool. Could use a little bit more life points. I hope this isn't the Playmaker deck that I saw like a day ago or yesterday, where it's using this and Barrow behind the door. Because I mean, not that I have anything against that deck, it's just the fact that that would probably beat me this turn, which would really suck because then now I would just lose. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully he just goes ahead and attacks again, and then we can just stall out. Okay, he's gonna summon something else. Summon another one of these, which is fine. I'll just take one and Karibo the second one. The only problem if he plays anything else, I am straight fucked. I'm not going to use that, but I will use Karibo here. And then just end my turn here. Okay, let's see. We got ourselves another Karibo, which is good. Gonna go ahead and activate our skill here. And we're going to set this one Karibo. Thankfully, another problem with this deck is if by any chance anyone plays anything that pierces, I'll get fucked because Wing Karibo only has 200 defense points. So if anyone were to pierce me after I, lower my life points, for example, this low, I am straight up fucked. And he's not going to do anything. Interesting. I guess he knows that I'm straight up just going to stall him out. So I guess either A, one of the other problems with this deck is that either A, people play cards that make it hard for me to actually pull this off, or B, they see that I have Destiny board and they actually let me pull it off. Like, it's really nice, I guess, but it's just like, what? Why? I guess it's possible that maybe he notices that I'm just gonna stall him out, so he's not even gonna bother. But sometimes I've used this deck and people are just like, alright, cool, I'll let you beat me with Destiny board. Like, I don't know if it's just people being friendly, or if they're just waiting for cards, or what the case may be. Or maybe it's because I have triple back row. Maybe that's what it is. That's what I'm thinking. I forget that I have, you know, nothing face down. Like, nothing legitimately face down. That'll actually do anything. Dark Necrophilia. Can I actually summon her? No. I could go into this. What do I have in the graveyard? I have one Necrophilia. I can't remove that, and one Kuriboh. Alright, so never mind. So A here. So I immediately have to go into the Wing Kuriboh this turn. Nope, he's just gonna go ahead and surrender. I mean, you could have tried to attack. At the very least, but alright. Here's the nice for you, my friend. So, that's my Destiny board deck. Like I said, it works out pretty well. It's also pretty simple, pretty easy to build. The only problem is, of course, you gotta get the actual skill, which is probably the only hard part. But once again, yeah, I got here 3 copies of Dark Necrophilia, 3 copies of Wing Kuriboh, 3 copies of Kuriboh, 2 copies of Doomdog, 3 copies of Dark World Duel Links, 2 copies of Food of Summoning Kuriboh. Double Drowning can be really replaced with any defensive trap, and then one of the best cards in this deck that helps things move out pretty smoothly is Fiend Griefing. I didn't actually have to use it in any of the replays that I showed, but all you want to do is get your Necrophilia in the graveyard, let the opponent lower your life points, and then just stall out 4 or 5 turns and you win the duel. Let me know what you guys think of this deck, if there's any way that you would improve it, or if you think it's shit, or whatever the case may be. Let me know down in the comments below. Otherwise, this has been CurlyHairedHero. Stay fresh.